Hi everyone, this is the branch vlog for 0.2.1.4, the intro one, so intro video, intro music, that sort of thing. Yeah, let's get started. So if we start from the top, I highlight them so it's easier for me to do the chapters when I upload it. I've already done a bug lottery video on this, but I can show it, like no harm. The issue being that originally you would die and the animation was played out of sync, so it did like the end animation, so the end sprite, then almost like if the end was sprite 5 and the start was sprite 0, then it would do sprite 5 0 1 2 3 4. So the end is at the start rather than the end at the end. So that was part of it, which I'll show, but also the locking down the functionality. I kind of did this, I must have done this beforehand, because I've changed it now since that video, but not for that sort of reason. What's happening here is when you die, an event's triggered. So when health is 0, I think equal to or less than 0, trigger on death from this blueprint. So John BP blueprint. You might see it being called protagonist as its like alias, because originally it was just protagonist. I disable the input of the player controller, so you're pressing jump, you die, jump doesn't work, you go in your inventory, doesn't work, you move your mouse to drag stuff, doesn't work. That's what that's doing. Then yeah, there's a 2-second delay and it goes back to the main menu. This is just something I needed to put in to make it, now I've added in the intro video, which we will showcase shortly. But that's the function side of it. If we get to the animation side of it, I use PaperZD, the PaperZD plugin, and that's why it's ABP, because it's animation blueprint. But if we go to the animation blueprint, actually, we're already in it. Let's go to the top right. You see where it says blueprint and animation. If we click animations, then let's look for death. That is called death. Yeah, death, no weapons. You see, so if we play it now, it's okay now. So you stood up, down, 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 gone. Originally it did that, then that, and then it went like that. Oh, I can't do it. Originally it stood up. No, originally it was laid down, but obviously you're already stood up because you're playing the game, and that's what caught me out, you see, because that's why I didn't instantly notice the sprite starts like that rather than the sprite starting here. So this is the animation source. Itself is related to an animation flipbook. So this is more classic sprite stuff. You make, so that's why I rearranged it. There we go. You see sprite 604, number 4 was at number 0, and I just knocked it to the end. Easy peasy. Flipbooks is the classic way, you draw the sprite, you draw it in Photoshop, you import the texture, you segment it into squares in whatever sections you have. So each one of these is separate drawings on like a sprite sheet. Chop it up. Those sprites get dumped into this flipbook, and then that flipbook gets dumped into an animation source. So if you want to, here you go. So the flipbook's animation source. It's just like a one-for-one copy, because the animation source is then used by the animation blueprint, and the animation blueprint has all this sort of mumbo jumbo. So he's like, if you're dead equals true, then play death no weapons. That is the animation to play. That's the animation source. And then, as you can imagine, you go in source, and there you go. You go to flipbook, and you go in the flipbook, and you go like this, and then you go to the sprite. You go like that, and then you get the sprite sheet, and that's that. Right, on to the next bit. So, warning around mouse cursor not available. Right, let me show you this. So essentially when I play it, you get the usual thing where it pops up on the left going, oh hey, there's a warning or there's an error. So this was a warning. It related to, I moved them all into folders, and it's this cursor that pops up when you aim. And the way it pops up when you aim is, you go to project settings, you go to cursor, and you see cursors, software cursor. I've then flagged it as this widget you're seeing here. I then said that I use this widget as this cursor. So you kind of like, you add it to the list, and then, is it down here? Where have you gone? Where have you gone? You're around here somewhere, because we started with you looking at it. It's going to be on aim. It's going to be on the aim bit. I refuse to search it. I refuse. I'm going to try and find it with my eyes. Oh my god. I'm going to give up. I'm going to give up and search it. I don't want to drag it on too long. Right. Giving up. Crosshair. Ah, I missed it. Blind. So you see when you aim, so aim is, aiming at weapon, the whatever the aim button is, it's the old school inputs at the moment. Do crosshairs, which is that. If not crosshairs, then do the default cursor, and you can do all these different cursors. The problem was, I put them into folders, and it just got upset with it, and on here, that was none, rather than the mouse cursor, so I just knocked it back on, easy peasy. Probably a side effect of putting things in folders and doing redirectors and deleting redirectors after. So that was that one. Been around a while, mostly it's just an annoying little warning, because warnings still will make that like the compile sheet thing after the compiled program pop up like the output log. Kind of like that, but you'll know what I mean. When you get an error, you run it, you'll see it instantly. The warning still forced that to pop up, and while the cursor was a warning, I got sick of it popping up. Next one, door BP mobility inconsistency. Yeah, so let's just take the item in the world. Let's not even look at like the full blueprint. It was set to move. What on earth? Okay, well it hasn't fixed itself, but the error's fixed itself, so I will fix it now and you can see what I'm doing. The problem is the door was static, but you'll see when I go between the levels, I do that little door animation, don't I? And this door blueprint, or whatever door you touch, gets fed into that little Resident Evil door open animation. Problem being, I get it to rotate on a pivot like a normal door, like rotates on its hinges. So it's not static in the game's eyes. It's static when you play the level. It's not static when you play the door transition level, which is essentially still a level, even if it is just a video. So what we need to do is let's set them all to movable. This is the parent. All the other doors relate to this, which is nice and neat. Do that, do that. Save is good, but if you do Control Shift and save, it saves the full thing. You'll know the difference because you'll save a blueprint, it'll crash, and then you'll lose half your stuff. So Control Shift and S, definitely do it. I don't even trust save. I just Control Shift and S every time. But that's that book. Right. Medical room music. I used something called Reaper. I don't think I've shown you it before. I've got a little MIDI player. Let me get its name. I know someone might want to know. The Akai MPK Mini Mark III. It's like a black and white black and white keys with like red trim on the sides. So this is free. I play around with it with its little MIDI doodah, and I make the things in here. So you see, like, you've got to tweak it. I don't know how loud this is going to be, so I'll stop talking and then I'll press it. So yeah, not great, is it? But then there's all these, and then there's all the different cartridges, and then you can drag them in. So let's pick helicopter. One sec, someone's at the door. Right, I'm back. I've unpaused it. Yeah, I was just saying, this is how I do the music. So if we just pick this one. Never clicked that one before. So that's how I've kind of done it, but with a MIDI player rather than like a keyboard and mouse. I've embedded the music into here, so medical music in music room there. It's nothing special, it's absolutely nothing special, but it's a good like V1. So stuff like that. And then we've got like the menu music. Which you'll see shortly when I do the intro. I should have highlighted that. We've got the intro music. And then we've got these logs. I am not going to play them. Oh my god. I couldn't handle the cringe. But, right, let's... But they're there. They're in the law folder. Animation on main menu. Let me show you it before I play the whole thing. And then you'll be free. Right, animation here. I'm not using the fade in, but if you want to see the fade in, I've got like a little pulse thing going, but it's not... It was unfinished when I left it. Right, let's put on a loop so you see if it's like that, it's not looping. If it's like that, it is looping. Let me play it. So that's kind of what you'll see on the main menu. Done. Right, now let's look at, and that plays every time the main menu is constructed, not if you go back to it, but yeah, rarely, apart from the trait menu, you're not opening up another widget to then go back into it. You're, at the moment, you're constructing, destructing every time. Not best practice really, but it works. Right, let's go to cutscenes. Intro. So right now, it'll probably just show, I don't know, it should show the true values when I play it. It should show the variables. Huh, okay. It'll show you the variables when I play the game. So it's like 5 seconds, fade out, and then a little bit longer. The fade out is fade in, fade out, swap over process is, I've tried to keep it relatively uniform, and then after that it just fades out completely like that. That doesn't really do anything special in the game at the moment, but let me show you it. Yeah, it doesn't reset it, but it's okay because we play it once, we construct it, play it once, destruct it, so even though it doesn't reset it back to visible or alpha whatever, or at least it's not showing it, it shouldn't matter. Forgot to highlight it again, but that's that one. Right, let's play it. Let me play in a different level because it's still got that intermittent crash. Loading up this one, so it will look a little bit jarring. There's like a quarter second where the intro ends. It's doing like a first person camera game controller thing, so like this. Essentially, it's one of these. It's almost like it's doing like a non for a moment before it goes to John, like you until you get access of your character. So you'll see a little jarring thing after, but it makes you'll see it, you'll get it. So I do play. Oops, clicked off it. So we have that. if you load it, it kills the music, but then if you do like load main menu, you can repeat it, unfortunately, at the moment, so I need to fix that. So let's play it. I've got it on HDR. It probably doesn't show well on YouTube because I think I get it to record as standard, but it does look nice. It's not an OLED, but it's still like really nice. I haven't tidied up the writing. I've straight up copy and pasted it from the game document I made a long time ago. See, it does that little jarring thing. That sideways is, I think it's like the protagonist's bedroom from the side. But then, yep, same as usual. Got the game. Might as well show you Undying while we're here. Oh, he's freaking out. He's never done that before.
Danger.
Right, so we're just seeing from there that I need to. That's that menu, by the way. It's this thing, but it pops up on my other screen, but it's not always the right size, so it winds me up because you saw just warnings them. Okay, yeah, we found a bug where we need to kill the music on play as well. You know what? Why don't we just do it here at the end of this video so you can see how I do it? Okay, let's fix this bug. We haven't even given it like a bug thing yet. Let's go through the process of it. So the music is played from the game instance. We have the music here, and we've got, well, essentially I made a music struct, and inside that music struct is cues, and then I've done like an array. In that struct I've done like arrays of sound cues. So then you've got quiet, tense, battle, hiding, vibration. So that's like fighting, full health, slightly injured, infect. I haven't done infected, but you know, going down that route. Room music, as you can imagine, you go into room, play that. That becomes like the music, turn off the others. Menu, play that. Video, so intro music. That's that. I chopped it up a bit. It used to be here. I've made it into several functions. So we've got play music, which is like the are you injured, not injured one, which we're familiar with from before. We've got the intro music. So you see, just I do get first because there's only one, and I know 0 is the first row, the first entry, and the first entry is the intro music. So that's why it's that. Yeah, and then I force that to be the music audio component for the game. So if we on the game instance, so I drop that sets it's that. So we play the intro music, it plays, it then sets that variable. The reason why you're thinking, Nick, why would you set that variable is because to stop the music, we need to tell it what to stop. So what we need to do here is on death game instance, we want audio, get audio component. There's an inbuilt stop here, which we'll look at, but then I also made one. I also made like one because the inbuilt is just like stop, kill it dead, or there's like stop delay, so stop after 3 seconds, but I wanted something that degrades it, like the volume over time. So my stop music looks at the audio component, degrades it. Maybe that needs to be like -20 rather than 0. I don't know. I haven't given it a full test. So essentially, like someone's turned the volume down slowly, then you've stopped it, rather than it being abrupt crash. And then the music component is no. So let's try we disable input. We do that. Let's kill the music just before we go back to the main menu widget, because we still want the music to play while you're crying over, like your decisions on how you've killed your character. But look at this, messy. This is the definition of scope creep, isn't it? Like your comment boxes needing to be bigger. Right, so let's try it with the one I've made, but I've not tested first. So what we're going to do now is we're going to die, and we're expecting game instance. Here we go, because it's from the game instance. We saw it. There you go. Stop music. So we're expecting it to kill us, and then when we eventually do die, I got rid of the speed up. Sorry, I'll just have to watch it. I'll speed it up if this doesn't work. While we're waiting, I might as well talk. Yeah, there's going to be pictures and more talking. This is only the first 3 paragraphs. It's this room, but it's doing what he sees. It's coming from first person, what he sees to the right rather than third person. So it's just a camera issue. Then I need to make it use this camera that we're using now. I'm playing with. That's on a spring arm rather than use the pawn. So rather than his inbuilt scene camera, that might be it. Right, so we want it to kill us, stop the music on main menu, and then the main menu music should take its place. Oh, it's grumpy now, isn't he? It's not. It must be out of range on the nav mesh. It's gone invisible. It's gone sideways. Right.
Danger.
It actually did it. Ridiculous. In production, outrageous. I got that right first time. Okay, cool. Don't need it. Malfunction works. So that's fixed that bug before it's even happened. Not gonna look at the camera bug. This is not for this video. I already shouldn't have really done that. But if you want to see what I mean when I mean spring arm, it connects to the capsule. The capsule is the collision. That's like the interact collision. So you need to be in front to talk to them. That's not used anymore. That health bar is just placeholder. It's not even placeholder. It's just tat. That's not got rid of. It's hidden. The spring arm connects to the capsule, and then it's 300 out. So there you go. Like that. There we go. And I do that. And then when you see me toggle it between, and then I stick a camera at the end of the spring arm. The spring arm is not the camera itself. And you see when I do that toggle between orthographic and perspective, I'm toggling the projection mode here. And this is the last thing I'll show because I'm going way off scope for this video. But I can find it first time. There we go. So yeah, I think it's T. I can't even remember. It might even be K. Might be T. Or tab. No, it's not. I can't remember. I just do it without thinking now. But you see, that's the orthographic swap, like flip flop. So if you're not familiar with flip flop, I press a button. If it's already perspective, then orthographic. If it's already orthographic, then perspective. It's kind of self-explanatory. So save it. That's that. I do a little talk about the next bits. So you'll see yet again, I have not added more branches into the future. People that have been watching the video will probably notice that I have blasted through the last few branches as well. Ambient music, September, yes. Equipment slot, yes, September. Traits, September. However, traits was expected to be done right at the end of September, starting off around about now, the 25th. Meanwhile, intro was meant to be October. That September, got that done in I did like 8 hours yesterday flat, smashed out loads of it. And then Bug Buster number 1, supposed to be October. So now that's September. I've pulled forward the pixel uniformity to October, but then the rest of that's still the same because that's a big jobby. That's gonna make it. We're gonna see something like crisp change there with the textures of everything. Everything will be 140 by 140. I've said before. Currently, John. Oh, he's not there, is he? He's gone. I've said currently. If we just get G for game mode. Look at Sarah. Look at detail. You will see the sprite is half of itself because they're created 140 by 140, but half of themselves is 70 by 70, and that's the version 2 size of sprites. Version 3 is 140 by 140. So with this 140 by 140 uniformity, things that are 140 by 140 will be able to take full advantage of it. Things that are 70 by 70 or just bizarre resolutions like this will be able to take advantage of higher quality because I'll be making them bigger. I can put more fine detail to it and more detailing. So that's what that one is. I guess a quick one for Bug Buster. As you can see, bugs come up, we make new stuff, we fix stuff, more bugs come up. You know, you make one new thing, 2 bugs come up, you fix 2 bugs, another bug comes out of that. This is just the last few days, maybe like a week on this, just maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks, just smashing out as many bugs as I can, as logged can, go through the bug list, kill off as many as them. So then we're coming into like pixel uniformity, coming into October, clean, less errors. I definitely want to get rid of the bug that's making it crash on start. If I show you it now, it might do it. Okay, didn't do it, didn't do it, didn't do it, didn't do it. Okay, let's try load. Let's go back. Oh, typical. Yeah, it's perfect now, isn't it? Give up. But yeah, when I normally do that, it does that crash. And do you want to report it to, I don't know, Epic? Yeah. Anyway, rambling. That's that. That's the next immediate branch. That's October. For the next branches into the future, let's get to Christmas. Let's get to Christmas, have a think what we want to do. Stuff's coming together. Alright, thank you for your time, and I shall see you on before the Bug Buster video. I might do a couple of Bug Lottery ones if they're particularly juicy. But if not, just Bug Buster, we'll just blast through it in that branch. I'll see you later. Bye bye.